Alright guys, here we go again. How's it going? Let's start with solving some proportions. This is just some practice we're going to do. If we look at number 1, it says the Jones family traveled 500 miles in 2 days. How many miles will they have traveled after 8 days? So we are comparing miles to days. Since miles came first, it goes on top. Days came second, it goes on bottom. Alright, it says that we traveled 500 miles in 2 days. We want to know how many miles, so we're solving for this right up here, if we travel for 8 days. Alright, let's see if we can find our scale factor. I think the easiest way to do this is to go from 2 to 8. To go from 2 to 8, you are multiplying by 4. So 500 times 4. So if you get $500 for 4 straight days, you just got yourself $2,000. So the answer there is 2,000. So 2,000 miles, because we're asking for how many miles. Notice how my answer is not a fraction. It's not 2,000 over 8. We solved for one specific thing. We were solving for miles. That's why my answer is just miles. Alright, number 2. John is mixing a batch of orange paint. The directions say to mix 2 parts red for every 5 parts yellow. So here we go. We have red to yellow. Since red came first, it goes on top. It says for every 2 red, you have 5 yellow. If John uses 10 pints of red, how much yellow will he need to make? So we're solving for yellow here. Alright, again, the easiest scale factor would be right here to go from 2 to 10. You multiply by 5. So what is 5 times 5? Good, it's 25. So you need 25 pints of yellow paint. Be nice if I knew how to spell. There it is, and there's your answer. Nice and easy. Look at that, took all of 1 minute. Now notice how easy it is to solve these problems when we start by labeling what we're solving for. We're labeling using words. I'm tired of seeing students just put down numbers like this and they get confused about what they solve for. If you organize your material using the words first, it makes organizing your numbers so much easier. So just like at home or everywhere in life, you need organizational skills. Same thing here with proportions. Alright, number 3. Alex read 15 pages in 20 minutes. If she continues at this pace, how many pages will she have read in an hour? So we're talking about pages to minutes. Again, pages came first, that's why it's on top. Minutes came second, it's on bottom. So we can read 15 pages in 20 minutes. If she continues, how many pages will she have read in 1 hour? Guys, please don't put a 1 right here. How many minutes are in an hour? We have to keep it in minutes. So 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes. I'm going to put that right up here so remember. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Alright, looks like we got a nice easy scale factor again. To go from 20 to 60. All you did was multiply by 3. So 15 times 3 would be 45. So Alex read 45 pages in an hour. And that is actually really, really fast reading. So either they're really good at reading or maybe it's a pop-up book. I don't know. All right. 2 more to go. number 4. Rick is setting up tables and chairs for a wedding reception. For each round table, he needs 6 chairs. How many tables will he have if he uses 72 chairs? Alright, so we are comparing tables and chairs. For each round table, so for one table, it can hold 6 people. How many tables, so we're solving right here for tables, if he has 72 chairs? Alright, so there's a couple ways you can do this. You can say to go from 1 to 6, you multiply by 6. And notice that's going from small to big. Now if you go from big to small, you can't multiply. You'll do the opposite. You would divide by 6. So you can do 72 divided by 6 and you would get, well, let's see, you would get 12. The other way you could do it, to get from 6 to 72, you would multiply by 12. Again, guys, there's more than one way to solve it. Okay? Alright. So again, it does not matter which way you do it. There's always more than one way to solve a proportion. In this case, our answer is 12 tables. Again, nice and easy here. Just make sure you organize your material. I can't emphasize that enough. Ooh, this last one actually sounds really, really good. Talked about brownies. Alright, a recipe asks for 3 cups of flour to make 24 brownies. You need to make 72 brownies. How much flour would you need? So we are comparing flour to brownies. Say, that sounds good with a glass of milk right now. Alright, so here we go. We got 3 cups of flour, and that'll make 24 brownies. We need to know how much flour it would take, so that's what we're solving for, how much flour, if we have 72 brownies. Again, a couple ways you can do this. You can say to get from 3 to 24, you multiply by 8. Again, that's going from small to big, so you multiplied. If you go from big to small, you do the opposite. You could do 72 divided by 8. But I'm not going to do that. I see an easier way. To go from 24 to 72, you just multiply by 3. And for me, I like messing with smaller numbers, so that's easier for me. So my scale factor on this one would be 3, so multiply by 3. 3 times 3 would be 9. So you need 9 cups of flour to make 72 brownies. Again, notice how my answer is not a ratio. I'm solving for a specific thing here. So I sometimes hear students say, Mr. Nolan, don't I need to simplify my answer 9 over 72? Well, guys, if you simplify 9 over 72, guess what? You get 3 over 24, right where you started. It's asking for something specific, so you just have one little answer. It's not a ratio on this one. All right, guys, one more time. Point of emphasis. Organize your material. It'll help you out in the long run. All right, guys, hope this helps. See y'all later.